All right. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to everyone. Good evening to other people on the other side of the world if you're kind of tuning in. Um, Welcome to the Thursday edition of the live training. Um, let's see who we have coming in here. Great. As always, as people are coming in, if you are returning to Dubb, please put a 2 in the chat if you're returning. If you are new to Dubb, you just subscribed, you're on the free trial, and you're really new to Dubb, feel free to put a 1 in the chat if you're new to Dubb. That would be helpful. But if you are returning, please put a 2. That would be great as well. Some of the names obviously I recognize in here. Obviously, Chris, good to see you as always. Tony D, welcome back. Yep, Fred, welcome back. Pierre, welcome back. Uh, I think is Mater in here as well. Note takers in here. Stefan or Stefan, are you new to Dubb, returning? Your name, I think, looks familiar, but if not, you can put a 1 in the chat if you're new to Dubb. Susan, my first time. Oh, very cool. Let's see. Susan, if you would like to go ahead and say hi, you can turn your mic on. Hi.
Oh, okay. Let's see.
How you doing?
Sorry.
Oh, your camera's going to stay off, but you'll be able to speak. So, hi.
Oh, hi. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I gotcha. How are you,
I'm
Susan?
sorry about that.
No, don't worry about it. How you doing?
Very well, thank you.
What's your industry? What do you do?
So, we are financial planning for retired.
Okay.
And we joined, let's see, Darius walked me through it last summer, and
Hmm.
it's just been a crazy year.
Hmm.
And I had attended the Sapphire training, and then I had kind of some basic questions, and he had recommended this type of atmosphere.
That's great. What have you recorded some videos yet, or what have you done?
So we have utilized it. I'm sorry, am I doing this in the right format? So
No, you're
we,
good. Yeah.
okay, good. We've used it recording
Mhm.
and I send it out to our clients. We did something for Thanksgiving. I
Okay.
do an introductory video and then I also do, thank you for becoming a client.
Sure.
And he had mentioned it in regards to using it for reviews. And
Mhm.
right now, I've noticed with our platform, we have to go through, clients have to have a Gmail account in order to leave a review. And I
Mhm.
was wondering if there's a workaround.
What's the review site? Because we normally have, with us, when people do reviews for us, we're like G2. We have a few other ones as well, but we'll have the link below the video where it takes them to the review site. Um,
Okay.
what's the site that people will leave reviews for your industry?
Oh, our website?
Oh, it's just on your site. It just okay. So kind of like a
Well, it's
testimonial.
weird. It takes you, and both my boss and I are in our 50s, so it's like the blind leading the blind. And, Darius was awesome in describing it, but we did the website originally through our company. It's
Mhm.
a startup.
Mhm.
And when you go to our website, it'll say, click on this link to leave a review, and then it takes you to Google,
Hmm. Bizarre. Yeah, that might be something you have to.
right? Is that
Yeah,
strange? I
you'll have
was
to.
like, I've never even heard of that.
Yeah, you probably have to resolve that with the website guys on that side because that's kind of bizarre because typically because reviews and testimonials are obviously totally different. Like the reviews would be wherever you wanted those reviews to be up there, certain third party review sites. Like what's the big one everyone uses? If you're leaving a review for someone like a restaurant,
Oh,
you know what I mean? Like
yeah.
there's all these
I
third
forget,
party.
Zelp
Yeah, 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 yeah,
or whatever it
exactly.
was.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
one of
So there's
those.
certain industry specific places where you can leave reviews, but there's reviews and then there's testimonials. Do
Okay.
you guys have video testimonials at all from clients?
No, we don't. That's actually a really good idea. We don't have any testimonials.
Okay, so we're gonna go over this in the training. We always go over this part, but just when we do, I'll be talking about the reply with video function to get this stuff. So we'll be talking
Awesome.
about that in a little bit, and it's something you definitely want to do because it's so easy for them, and I'll explain it when I kind of go over it.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. And if you have any questions in the meantime, Susan, put them in the chat. And then Ina from our team, she's like the tech wizard, will be here in about probably about 20 minutes, maybe a little earlier. And then we'll do
Okay.
some Q&A on the backside. And this recording will be on our YouTube Dubb support. So on YouTube, if you put in Dubb support, it'll have every live training we do every day is uploaded there in a
Oh,
couple
I'll
of.
make a note of that. I didn't even
Yeah.
know that.
Yeah, that way, because when you're in a training, if you see something you like, or you're like, oh man, I had a question about that. I want to go back to that part where, I talked about that. You're able to kind of watch it, do your thing and then kind of learn.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Good meeting you, Susan.
Good meeting you.
And let's see. Oh, here we go. Matt had a good thing in the chat for you, Susan. Matt was saying she needs to get Google Business Profile GPP for reviews. So maybe pass that on to your folks over there. Thanks, Matt.
Oh, a Google business profile.
Yeah, that's what it says. Matt, you can
Okay.
unmute yourself if you want to, real quick, if you want to. Thanks for popping that in.
Yeah, she could set up a Google business profile for her company.
There you go.
Oh,
And
and it's so it would just be a separate, separate from our, would just like exclusively, so no one would have to use it. In other words, to send email, just have a business profile.
correct. The more you work it, the better it is for you, but you can just set up one for your business. Sometimes I would actually search your business to see if Google has already learned about you. You might have a Google My Business profile. Someone just needs to claim it. And typically, how that happens is if it is in existence, um, you claim your profile, and then they send a card to that address, basically proving that you are the
Yes, yeah. Okay, so my boss did this and then I came on board after.
yeah,
Okay, so if he's claimed it, he has claimed it.
right. And then
Okay.
so what you need to do is when someone wants to review you,
Hmm.
you you point it to that Google business profile. The problem is Google doesn't want spammy reviews, so they require a person to have a Google account of some sort. So
Okay.
that's an inherent problem, but at the same time, it cuts down on spammy reviews because there is someone back you can point to saying who's reviewing this, and not just anybody who
Right.
just types out words. So there is a problem with that, but you can't really get around that. But the
You
more
can't. Okay, that's good
right.
to know. Yeah, because we deal with people in their 60s and they're Yahoo and AOL.
Mhm.
Like, and I'm
Yeah,
like, yeah.
and Google will let them set up an account with another email address, but it's one of those things where you kind of have to. I would encourage anybody with a Google account to make the reviews, and if they don't have the account, then well, maybe you don't get that review. But
Thank you.
that's
I
just
appreciate you letting me know there's no workaround though.
right.
That's certainly helpful.
It actually is beneficial to you because what you don't want is a competitor going in there and just, hey, I'm Bob. Yeah, they're terrible. You know,
Oh, of
they
course, that makes
they
sense.
want Google wants some sort of like, hey, is this a real person or is this a bot? So
Yeah,
Yeah, that makes
anyway,
sense.
that's cool. Thanks, Matt.
yep,
Thanks for the
Thank
breakdown there
you.
for everybody.
okay.
Matt, well, we got you on the mic. How's things going? How things going, Dubwise?
You know, I've had it for some time now,
Yeah.
and I've used it and everything. Just recently, I've been having problems with the Chrome extension. A
Mhm.
couple things with that. Um,
Like it's not working or what?
yeah, when I use it with the Chrome extension,
Yeah.
for start off, my video is very choppy and laggy.
Hmm.
Uh, and then the other thing is if I use the teleprompter,
Hmm.
I have an issue with the teleprompter comes up in basically a different window. And so you click that, then you're like, oh, I have to press, the start button to start recording, but the teleprompter disappears. And then you have to go and find the window again. And
Yeah.
meanwhile, your video started, and it's just like this big long comment of errors. But at the same time, it's not working well because the video is just so choppy with the Chrome extension. And
I would say,
anyway,
yeah, go ahead, Matt, finish and then I'll kind of address that there.
but if my workaround for it is I was trying to figure out, and I download the desktop app, and everything works fine with that.
Yep.
As a matter of fact, if I use a different browser without the extension installed and just log in, everything seems to work fine. I go to video, log into my account, then just go to video and just hit the plus button to add a video. Everything seems to work fine. It's just for whatever reason, currently my Chrome extension and let's say Chrome
Yeah.
just does not seem to play nice.
What is the are you on a Mac or a PC or what are you on?
I've actually tried on both.
Oh,
I
okay.
my my work is PC, so but
Okay.
I the Mac is actually working fine. Um,
There it is. Yeah. Well, I
so
think like Max Rock, but no offense to the PCs. But I think sometimes when it lags, sometimes it's if you have too many tabs open or maybe there's some issue with is maybe the older computer, or are they all pretty
Yeah,
on the
it's unfortunately it's real new. So
Oh, okay, got it. Yes, well, I'll mention that to Ina when she comes in, and then as far as the lagginess in terms of what we can recommend for the PC side, because you said the Mac was okay, right?
yeah.
Okay, and then as far as the teleprompter, I'll go over that when I show the Chrome. The teleprompter, when you're on tab, you have to tap it to bring it forward. I'll show you what we do or whatever, but if you're trying to show the whole screen, I just go desktop app because it's the easiest one to use, you know.
Right.
Chrome's good for quick little videos like I'll show with the LinkedIn and stuff like that, but I'll show you like kind of the little how to manipulate it and stuff when I get to that point.
Yeah, typically I use it for, just showing my face.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, so you're there.
yeah,
Hey, it's me. Yeah, yeah, no.
exactly.
It's the kind of the whole point of the Chrome and the desktop too is like to be there walking through that kind of stuff. So cool, Matt. Well, thanks for jumping in with the great info as always, and thanks for updating us on that. And yeah, thanks, man.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah. And then Tony D, I saw you said, how do you add a picture to a video? Tony, if you want to just put your mic on real quick before we start, just curious about that. How do you add a picture to a video? Go ahead, Tony.
What I mean is, if I wanted to, let's say you're talking like you are now,
Mhm.
and you want to put a picture on the full screen
Mhm.
that they need to see, but it's not going to be there forever. It might be like 6 seconds or something.
Mhm.
You
But
can
you
get,
don't want to be on the screen with it? You don't want to be on there with it?
well, not all the time. I thought this would be a nice break and
Mhm.
illustrate something too sometimes.
Well, what you can do is you can use and I'll show it when I do the Chrome. The Chrome with the desktop app, you can have an image pulled up on your computer, like a screenshot. And then what you can do is just turn your camera off and you can just audio walk through it. So you could do one clip, desktop app probably be best for it, where you could do one clip of you saying, hey, this is Tony. I want to show you something here, blah, blah, blah. Check this out. That's one clip. And then you could pull up the screenshot and then just turn off your camera and then click record and then just talk your way through that or show it, if you want to show it there and then do another clip after that.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. And I'll
Thank
show
you.
you. Yeah. It's really just pull up whatever you want. Just use the desktop app, crop it around it, and then you can just show that and just kind of audio talk over whatever you wanted to say about what they're seeing. And that's just a clip. And then you can go back to you on camera for the next clip. And then you put them together with the desktop app. Have you used the desktop app at all, Tony, yet?
Have I used the desktop app? Yes,
Yeah.
I
Have you
have.
tried? Oh, cool. Nice. All right. Perfect. Yeah. So clips. I think that would be the cool way to do it. Does that make sense, Tony? Or yeah, I'll show you when I'm doing it.
Okay.
Yep. Cool. Let's see. Yeah, desktop app. Yep, I would agree. Okay, cool. All right, so let me do this. I'm going to share my screen and let's pop through uh, the regular stuff we do, and then we'll kind of move over to some update stuff from Sapphire that we'll have as well. All right, so let me share my screen and let's jump in right to the dashboard. Okay, so inside the Dubb account, this is where you're going to be at, right in here. Down in the middle, I think everybody's aware of Dubb Partners, but if you're not, click Apply Now. It creates this little referral link for you here, and then you can share that to get a 30% recurring commission. You can invite people in here to the training, dubb.com/T. And then also, if you have a group of people together, let us know, and we can always come in and pitch Dubb for you. You can always set up a little webinar training on your side and let us know. We can do a little social post about it to our people, and then jump in. So 30% recurring commission if you're on a paid plan, like Pro Plus on a Pro, which is like $60 a month. You get 4 or 5 people, and you get a free account. So we definitely want you to do that. As far as the recording options, we always talk about the basic stuff, the basic webcam recorder. If you're looking to put a name to the face you want to record right from your computer, one of the easiest ways to do that is right up here at the top. And this is our little red camera icon right here. So when you click this here, it's going to open up your webcam. So a couple ways to do this that are interesting are one, a virtual background that you can put behind you. So you can come down here, click virtual background, go to your photos, and then just upload into this little area here any screenshots that you have. So if I wanted to upload about, hey, look, this article right here. Hey, I want to make a point about this savings right here. Check this out. That gives context to somebody. You could also do properties, obviously, in real estate. If you wanted to do that, you have a property behind you. You can have an article in terms of this is a market update in real estate, but again, anything related to your industry to have behind you to give someone context. You also can have a company's website or your own website where you want to point things out to someone so they can see what you're talking about. Because the whole idea behind the virtual background is that when you send these out to people, you're going to see this. You want to give them context to what this video, it's like a hint of what the video is about or a point that you want to make. So when they click on this, they're taken to a customized landing page called a preset. And that's where you want them to go. You want to make the GIF, the animated GIF, the 3-second repeating loop of the beginning of that video. When you hit record, it's going to repeat the first 3 seconds. And that's what that is. Add a little movement to it, have the virtual background. That's one way to do it as well. Another way to make an interesting video for somebody is to use the Dubb mobile app and use the phone when you're holding it up into frame. And one of the best ways to do it is this. So you're going to get the Dubb mobile app, and then this is it right here. And you're going to click this little whiteboard button up here at the top. So I'm going to click it here. And what's worked really good over the years is the name. But you can always put other short, punchy phrases in there for your group, So in this case, I could say, maybe someone's looking at property, and I could do something like this. Put this in for a property, right? Real estate, turn it this way. Bring it up. Hey, this is Rob. I saw you were looking at 1235 Jane Ave. Let me talk to you a little bit about that. So anything interesting here that you can type is going to be interesting for someone to take a look at because it's directly to them. Maybe it's someone's name. Turn it like this. Hey, Rob, just want to send you this quick video and then start getting into your video. Again, it's interesting. So like if I sent that video over to Sarah over here, the result is that. And that's what she sees. And the same idea is, oh man, that's interesting. Whatever's on the phone that it's saying is either the name or some kind of interesting phrase or question that's short and punchy that's industry related. That's what we've seen work well over the years. Bring it up into frame as well. Now, on the basic website recorder here, you have some functionality. You have a little button down over here to the bottom, right over here, where you can zoom yourself in. Frame it a little tighter if you want to. You can back it off. You can't do it once you hit record, so you want to do it beforehand. If you want to use a teleprompter, we have teleprompters across all the recording tech. If you want to use it here, all you have to do is click above, right into here. You can go right to scripting if you want to. It'll take you right over there to write a script. Or you can pull up one that you have saved right in here. You can also search for it by name if you want to search for the script by name. It'll drop down here. Arm's length distance is pretty good as far as your eye line. Let the words flow up. This is the speed. I put mine in. I had a little faster. I had it at 196. I upped it a little bit. You can hit the play button here to see if you like it. And then you also can back the text off or you can zoom it in. I kind of like it zoomed in a little bit because the further back you go, obviously your eyes are going to be going from left to right, like you're eating a piece of corn on the cob. So your eyeballs will be going like that. So I kind of like having it zoomed in a little more. And when you click record here, you get a little menu at the bottom, and then you can start like, hi, this is Rob from Dubb. We are the sales operating system. We use video automation and contact management to create connections, conversations, and conversions. And I can hit the pause button, stop the video, then I can resume. There are a number of aspects to Dubb. There is the recording of videos, the customization and professionally packaging of those videos. There is the sharing and distribution of those videos with the communication channels you're already using, like Gmail, Outlook, and social media. And then I can hit pause again if I want. So you can really break this up into chunks if you want to do that. Excuse me. And then if you want to delete red X, it's always going to ask you, are you sure? And then if you do want to save this into the Dubb platform, it's going to be the blue check mark over here to the right, and that will save it into the platform. Teleprompter is really good if you haven't used one before for really getting specific phrasing, numbers, stats. If it's a little bit longer of a video, we have to get into some stuff. Because a lot of the times, if you're trying to think of the stuff on the top of your head, it can take you longer to get that video completed. So for efficiency purposes, when you get used to using the teleprompter, you'll be much more used to it as you go along and do it. And then, it kind of moves along there and you just become more natural at it. Good way to get good at teleprompter stuff is, read stuff out loud, pull something up on your phone, start reading it out loud, get used to speaking out loud. And then the more you do it, the better you'll become at it, more comfortable. So I'm going to delete this video here. There we go. I'm going to close the teleprompter just by tapping this up here like that. And it's closed. And this is the basic recorder within Dubb. Webcam right inside the dashboard, something quick, something sweet. use the virtual background, use the phone. If you don't do either of those, definitely have a little smile when you first start. You should always smile when it does the 3, 2, 1. Start thinking of something fun to get yourself going, and then boom, start going. Because the last thing you want is for to go like this, and then the GIF is you kind of, oh, one of those kind of deals. And I've done that before when I was first doing it. I'm like, oh, I wasn't ready. And you can tell. Now, as far as screen videos go, screen videos are really good for sharing stuff. So any website kind of browser-based stuff. If I wanted to reach out to Ruben on LinkedIn, if I wanted to share an article like this, which is a, a housing update, whatever it is, industry-wise, your own website, whatever, if it's browser-based, Chrome extension is what we would recommend, which is right up here at the top. So when you open the Chrome, you're going to click this little extension right here, and it's going to open it up. Now, when it opens up, it's going to put you right on the screen. And the whole point of this is to be on the screen so you're the expert kind of walking someone through something. Or in this case on LinkedIn, I'm saying hi to Ruben here. Now, the setup here, when you have your webcam, you can place this wherever you want to place it, like this. You also can change your shapes to whatever you want to change it to. I try to change the shape to what it feels like on the page. Like LinkedIn uses circles, I'm going to use a circle. So I'm going to stay right over here. I might reduce my size just a little bit, kind of match Ruben's size there. I don't really ever want to be like this because I'm covering everything. I'm covering his profile, which I don't want to do. I can always jump to full screen, which I'll show you in a second how to do that. But this is the setup right here. I can zoom in. I can back off if I want to. I can go up, down, side to side. I can come over here to the right and I can turn off my webcam if I want to turn it off and just do an audio walkthrough of this page. I can also click it back on. I can use my profile picture if I want to use my profile picture. And I can also do a virtual background right over here behind me. So if I click virtual background, I come in here. Let's go the universe behind me, close this here, and of course it didn't work. Anyway, it's supposed to work, and then the universe would be behind me. So you have the virtual option background right in here as an option. And then you also have the teleprompter. So kind of like we were talking about at the top, teleprompter here, there's some little nuance with the teleprompter on the Chrome. So when you click here, here's the teleprompter. You can physically move the sides in like this if you want to. You also can move it around wherever you want to. I'm going to put it towards the camera. Now with the teleprompter, because it's browser based, you want to leave a little bit of a gap up here at the top to tap this and bring it forward. So if I was to hit record right now, I'm going to choose my tab, click share. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Hi, this is Rob from Dubb, and then I start going into it. I've got to tap it and bring it forward after I hit record, and that's how you have to use that. Now, that's on the tab only version. So if you'll notice in Chrome, there are 3 different ways to record here. I was on tab, which means it's only going to show a nice clean cut of this page. The teleprompter will not show itself when you're reading. However, if you go to screen, it will show itself in the recording. So screen is really useful where it shows the whole screen. If I wanted to do something like this, watch, I'll hit record. I'm going to choose my entire screen. The only reason I'd use screen here, I wouldn't use the teleprompter. I would begin here, hey, Ruben, what's going on? I'm doing my thing and say, hey, have you seen the market update in LA? Check this out over here. I click on one of the open tabs above, and it's going to flip me over to that tab. That's the reason you probably use screen if you wanted to within the browser. It pops you around, but it shows your entire screen. That's the whole point of that. So you wouldn't use the teleprompter because it would show it. If I want to show my entire screen and use a teleprompter, I'm going to use the desktop app, which is what I'll show you after this. And if you do this option here, it's just going to be camera, kind of like a webcam version. It's a little bigger and you can see a little bit of the background. I personally like to use tab. It's funny, it actually did the virtual background. Let me click none. So when I record here, here's kind of the run through on how I would do something like this. I'm going to hit record. Here's my tab. I'm going to click share. I'm on tab only. And here we go. Hey, Ruben, this is Rob. Saw your profile over here on LinkedIn. Thought I would reach out because I see we have a lot in common. So let's have a chat about this. Again, all I did was a little wave, little point. That's my GIF. I hover over the webcam, double click on it to jump to full screen, double click to go back. If I don't want to double click, I can go right down here at the bottom to the little menu bar at the bottom. See that little square there? Pops me to full screen. And I can click it here again, pops me back. So there's a couple ways to do it. The great thing about going to full screen is that you can really hammer home a point about something. You don't want them to listen to anything else. You want them to focus on what you're saying, and you have the ability to do that when you go to full screen. You obviously still can roll around, be very organic with what you're talking about. You can also be planned out where you hit the pause button down the bottom. The pause button can be your friend. You stop the video, say, okay, whew, let me get my breath. What am I going to say? Where am I going? Click resume. All right, now I'm where I want to be. You also can use the annotation tool right over here. So you can use this to point some things out, obviously. You can do some underlining, some arrows. You can do some text on screen if there's a point you want to make. You can do numbering. And all of this will stay where it's supposed to stay when you use it. So when you scroll down, it will stay up there. And you also can delete it by hitting the trash can to the bottom left. It'll get rid of the annotations. This is the way you want to use it if you're reaching out on LinkedIn, if you want to share a website, anything browser-based. Chrome is nice for those quick recordings. If you're using the Chrome and you're on tab, feel free to use the teleprompter. If you want to go screen and jump around to the tabs, I wouldn't use teleprompter because it's going to show. That's when I would use the desktop app. So if you want to show your big screen, show everything, I would go desktop. So I'm going to save this here. I'm going to click the check mark down the bottom. It's going to save it into Dubb. And then as it's saving it into Dubb, into the platform, let's actually look at the desktop app. So desktop app is right up here at the top. So our little D symbol here, you're going to click this here. You can go right to the quick view menu, which is right here. It'll pop this up and you get a lot of options here in the desktop app. So I'm going to click on record screen and it's going to open up here. And this is what this would be like. So first, some similarities to the Chrome. Same bubble. We can do all the same stuff inside here that we talked about before, virtual background, everything in here. You're also going to have a teleprompter at the top that is very similar to the other one. You can move it around. And you also have the exact same annotation tool right over here. Now, if I was to hit record right now, and this red slash was through my computer, I would get everything on my computer screen. So instead of using screen on Chrome like we saw before, I would do the desktop app instead because teleprompter doesn't show, none of the stuff shows. The only reason you guys are able to see the controls is for the teaching purposes. See how it says display controls and recording? This will automatically be defaulted to be off. We just have it checked on so you guys can see the actual tools. And then when I get rid of the red slash, now I have a drop down right here. So I have it on custom right now. Now custom, I can move this around wherever I want to. Excuse me, I can crop around whatever I want to crop around. So if I do want to crop around a certain part of a website or a document or whatever I've pulled up on my screen, I have the kind of freedom to do that. If I don't want to be part of this, I can pull myself outside here, or I can just turn my webcam off. We also have more in the drop down. We can do 16:9, YouTube orientation there. And you can also do portrait, 9:16. So if you do want to do a social video, you can crunch your internet browser, put it over the top of it, or put it over whatever part you want to show of anything that you have on your screen. And you'll be able to do that ratio right from your desktop. The last part that is different with the desktop app is the recording. So I'm going to record now. Here we go. I'm recording a video. Here it is. I can pause and resume this video if I would like to, just like before. But I can also, actually, hold on. I see a little bug that just happened. Did you guys see that where the one was flashing? Let's try that again. 4, 3, 2, 1. Do we have a bug? Do you guys see that? Taking a screenshot. There we go. So we have a little bug here. So normally what would happen is it would record and it would record in clips. So the desktop app is a clip recorder. So what it ends up looking like is I'll just open up the editor so you can see. Video editor for desktop. I'm going to drag and drop a video in just to show the point of it. Here we go. There's a video. I'm just going to drag and drop the same one. Or it won't let me actually. That's kind of funny. Anyway, you can do clips in here. So you record in clips on the desktop app. It gives you a few different options. It's going to give you screen recorder down to the bottom left. It's going to give you the webcam option. If I click on this one, I'm going to click record. Let's see if this works in here. Here we go. Here's the webcam. This could be the beginning, middle, end. I'm going to click save. And there we go. So now I can move my clips around. Now I can also do Dubb narrator inside the desktop app. So this is where you can play a pre-recorded video inside the bubble. So I'm inside my video library right now. I'm going to put narrator in just because I have a lot of videos titled as that. And I'm going to select the video down here at the bottom, a pre-record. It could be a pre-recorded video of you. Here's one of me just pre-recorded. Or it can be a pre-recorded video of someone else or something else. But this gives you the ability to play a pre-record inside the bubble, and you can just click and scroll around wherever you want to scroll around to. Oh, we've got the same bug there. So screenshot there. So it looks like it's not letting me record for some reason. But anyway, you're going to have clips here that you can download and delete, and we're going to merge these clips together with the desktop app. So it's going to merge them all together. It's going to go into one video. You can do a quick little edit over here. We have a new feature with our Sapphire update called Smart Cut, where if you click here, see these pink gaps? These are the sound gaps in between the silence. You can get rid of all the silence if you want to. So that's what Smart Cut enables you the ability to do. And then you can download the MP4 to your computer and you can upload it into the platform. So those are the different ways to record so far. You got webcam recorders, nice and simple, right from the computer. You have screen recorders. Browser-based is the Chrome extension. So any websites you want to share or anything like that. If you want to show your whole screen, recording clips, that's the desktop app. And then the last recording option is the mobile app, which is, I think, one of the more versatile ones we have. We always talk about record things in a different way. If you feel like you're always recording webcam, screen, that's awesome because that's what it's for. You're doing the stuff you're supposed to do. But if you want to switch it up and grab your phone and do a little kind of gray area video instead of so black and white, you're giving some advice or anything like that, or you just want to use the great camera on here, you can set it up on your desk, selfie, do landscape or do portrait. There's a lot of cool things you can do with the mobile just to switch it up. Maybe you want to do some social posts, and do them right from your phone. So this is going to be the way you're going to be able to use the mobile app. If anybody had an update on their phone, if it said update, just update your mobile app. I updated it this morning. And let me just try something really quick. All right, you guys see that? See the king at the top right? I can't point it out, but it's up there where the whiteboard button was. You see the little crown at the top that we have up there, that little yellow crown. I don't know what that is yet. I updated the mobile app. I tried to click on it, so I'm gonna ask Darius later. I have no idea what that is, but it's obviously something. But to record a video, I'm gonna hit the blue camera button at the bottom, and it's gonna open up my camera. Now it's defaulted to 1 minute down here at the bottom. So if I was to hit record, it's going to cut me off at 1 minute. I usually slide it over to 10 just because my videos, if it goes over, I don't have to think about it, but you can designate specific times for the video to stop. Now to record a video, you're going to hit the button at the bottom. It's going to start the timer up here, timer at the bottom. I'm going to tap it again, and there's the clip that I just recorded. So again, the mobile app is a clip recorder. This clip has been automatically saved to my phone, so I have it in my photo video area. Now I'm going to hit record again. Each clip has to be at least 2 seconds. I'm going to tap it again. Now there's 2 clips that I recorded, both saved on my phone. Now, if I want to delete a clip, I'm going to tap an X, and when I tap the X there, it always asks me, are you sure? And if I tap an individual clip, it's going to bring this menu up. I can delete, trim, or edit. And if I click edit, I can add music from a royalty-free library. We have all kinds of sections. I would just keep the volume kind of low. You can add text overlay. You can do a voiceover. You can speed up the action of the clip, 2x, 10x, what we have in there. And you have that ability right within the clip. These icons over here at the top, flip your camera around. This one is a countdown timer, so you can do 3 or 10. I'm going to click 3, hit record. This is usually what I have on because it really gives you a moment to prepare and you're ready to go instead of just hitting record and then you're backing up. If you have a selfie stick with a little thing where you can hit record and it's attached to it, you don't have to worry about it because you can just click it and go. But I still think the 3, 2, 1, totally personal preference, but I totally think the 3, 2, 1 is nice to get yourself ready before you go. This right here is the teleprompter right here. You're going to click that there. Same thing as before. You're going to click up into the white area at the top. You're going to find the script that you want. This is your speed. This is auto scroll, just like the other teleprompters. You're going to hit the play button to see if you like it, just to test it out. And then you also can click the pencil icon if you want to make any real changes on the fly, because sometimes, you write a script or the AI writes a script and it sounds good, but then when you start delivering it, you're like, what? I don't like the sound of that. I want to change it. So you have the ability to do that. You also can drag the sides here, this part, this little guardrail up and down. So if your eyes are cheating and you're looking down here and you're like, oh man, I'm not looking where I'm supposed to be, you can move this up so your eye line stays up there at the top. Now, for iPhone users, I always feel bad when I'm like, it's coming to Android. I don't know when, but if you click over here to the gear icon and click auto track, iPhone users can hit record and it will highlight the words as I speak like this. Hi there. Welcome to Dubb, the video and AI sales communication platform designed to grow your sales by up to 10x. And that's what that's called, that's auto track right over here to the right, but it's normally on auto scroll to start. If you want to tap the X, that'll close it. Now, if you want to add a video, let's say you have a video on your phone in your photo video area that you recorded that you want to add here, just click this little button here, a folder button. It'll bring you to your photo video area, select the video that you want. It will drop it down here, and then just take your finger, move it wherever you want to move it to. If you want to record your screen, it's this little button. If you want to use filters, we added this right over here. You can do skin smoothing, you can do black and white, you can do different color kind of effects. If you're making like a scary Halloween video or something like that, you really want to get someone's attention, I guess you can kind of do that. It's kind of scary. I look like a werewolf with a beard. Okay, so then you can do that there. Now, if you want to do picture in picture, this is really cool for a lot of real estate folks. So we're just having was doing a demo the other day, and the person that was watching was like, yeah, that's really cool because, you can be on the screen while you're showing what you're showing. But if you're not in real estate, you can still do it. Like if you're going for a walk around the office, if you want to change up the style where you're showing something, maybe you're showing something on your computer, but you want to do it in a different way. You want to be on the screen while you're showing it in like a portrait format. This is kind of a cool way to do it. So you can tap this button over here. It's going to put you on the screen. 3, 2, 1. And hey, let me show you this right over here. Walk someone through something, make yourself bigger while you're explaining what they're seeing, and then kind of minimize yourself, get out of the way, talk about it. You have that option right there with picture in picture. And then the last one down here is virtual background. This is just like in the beginning where we showed a virtual background behind us. Just on your phone, take screenshots of what you want to show, saves it to the phone, and all you got to do is go to your photo area, hit record. Hey, this is Rob. I saw you were checking out this property. Hey, listen, I want to send this article over to you. Check out the title of this article here. I want to talk to you a little bit about that. Hey, listen, I was on your profile here and I noticed this right in your section here. I want to talk to you about this part right here. So you can do a lot of framing when you're talking about this stuff. It can be pretty dynamic. And then when you're done and you're ready to combine all these clips into one video, just like we did with the desktop app, you're going to click the blue button at the top. That's going to start merging all those clips together. And then when it's done merging, it's going to save a finished copy on your phone. Kind of like if you use TikTok, when you upload a video, it automatically downloads it to your phone. Same thing here. So you're going to have a copy automatically on your phone, and then you can click upload over here, the blue button, and that's going to save it into Dubb. You can also add captions. So over to the right on the bottom, burned in captions over here, the little keypad, little logo to the right, click on that. That's going to upload the audio. And now you're going to have the ability to have burned in captions on the video, a version of that, and you'll have that on your phone as well. So it's going to upload here. And then when it's done, you're going to see at the bottom, it's going to start these little blocks that are highlighted, different parts of the video and what I'm saying. And then what you can do is highlight these. You can change the text, bold, italic. You can add different background colors if you want to do that. You can change the text color, whatever you want to do here. And then you can move this, frame it in a little closer, move it wherever you want to move it to. If you want to delete it, just slide all the way up and it'll delete. You can also tap on this to change any spelling errors that you want to change there. And you can click on the blue check mark to the top right, and that's going to start burning in the subtitles. And again, when this is done, you're going to have a copy on your phone automatically downloaded with the new burned in subtitles. And you can also upload it into Dubb. And if I click upload right here, the upload button, now it's going to start to go. So you see on the mobile app, you're going to see this little line starting to come across the screens as it's starting to upload. It's pretty good. If you decide to upload, it's nice to be connected to Wi-Fi. It goes a little bit quicker, which I'm on Wi-Fi now, but it seems like it's going a little bit slower. But when it's done uploading, see me scrolling across my video library. This is where it's going to be saved, right inside Dubb. You'll have it on your computer, you have it on your phone, and you'll have it. So those are the different ways we record, and they're really, dynamic in terms of the different ways you can do this stuff. And that's kind of the whole point. You want to be able to make videos that really stand out, but also do the job and the purpose of why you're reaching out to somebody. Now, when you save a video into Dubb, it's going to take you to a specific spot. And it's going to take you over to the video edit page, which is right here. Now, inside the video edit page, I'm going to open up this little window right over here. And it's going to open up a separate tab. And what you're going to see here is what we call a preset, customized landing page within Dubb. So like we talked about in the beginning, the whole point is for someone to get a video like this, they click on it, and they're brought to a landing page, a preset. Now, on this preset, you're going to have a number of things. One is going to be your branding. It's going to have your logo, image behind the video player, video that you recorded, then playlist videos that are going to play right after the video that you've created. Playlist videos are awesome for more information, but they're also really good so you don't have to repeat yourself. You can focus on the person or group of people that you're reaching out to. And then right after that video, you record a video one time about what it is that you do, your product or services, your pitch, a minute or less. And then you don't have to keep saying that stuff because it's going to play right after. And then below this are your call to action buttons, your CTAs. What do you want someone to do? They just watched the video. Do you want them to book a time in your calendar? Do you want them to view a case study? Do you want them to visit your website? Do you want them to download a document, a contract, or PDF, whatever it is? Do you want them to fill out a form? Do you want to link to an external form? Do you want them to email you? Do you want them to text or call you? Text or call buttons will not show up on desktop. They'll only show up on mobile for functionality because that way they'll work. Now, there's another button down here called Reply with Video. This is a really good button for getting video testimonials. So like we were talking at the top, this is a great way to do it. So instead of meeting in Zoom and having to edit it, I could reach out and make a video and say, hey, Ina, this is Rob. Listen, thanks so much for using Dubb. We appreciate your business. It would mean the world to us to get a video testimonial from you. All you need to do is click the Reply with Video button below. You don't need to download anything. That's like the MVP line. You don't need to download anything. Just allow camera, mic, put your email in, and let me know, what have you enjoyed about this platform? So whatever questions you normally ask, you can ask them in the video, or you can write them in the description box below on the page. And then when they send this video back to you, that's when you place it right here in the playlist. So this has been the combination that's worked really well for people over the years. Personal video for one-on-one or to a group, followed by an evergreen video you recorded one time about what you do, followed by a testimonial video related to the group of people that you're reaching out to that they can see. That's like the winning combination. Now, when you get the video reply back from someone inside your video library, say you have a video reply, great, boom, boom, you have it, and then you add it to your playlist. The last part of the preset here is SIA, your Sales Interactive Assistant. And the reason we added this is because there are a lot of studies that have been done where in sales in general, if there's some kind of interactive AI where someone can really get answers in real time when they're looking at something, it increases the chance they're going to not only stay, but they're going to buy. So here, if you send someone a video and maybe they're not sure that they want to book a time yet or fill out a form or call you or text you, whatever the CTA was, it's your number one thing you want them to do, maybe they're not ready. Maybe they still have questions. So over here to the right, you can have a number of things that you can teach SIA. One is you're going to give SIA FAQs, frequently asked questions. So you can load up to 20 of these with inside Dubb. Now you'll notice SIA gives an answer, but then also says, hey, can you please provide your first name? It's defaulted within SIA, and you can change this to collect email, name, phone number, and you can upload that into the CRM within Dubb. But if you have all that information, SIA can actually push for an action. So SIA could give an answer here when they're clicking the FAQs. And then if you want them, SIA to say, hey, I want them to book a time in my calendar, at the end, instead of saying, can you please provide me your first name, it will say, are you ready to book a time with Rob? And then I'll have the link right there. They can also ask questions down here, and the AI will interact. To educate SIA, we have a whole training on this within Dubb. You would educate SIA with resource links, website links. It would just be the one page that you're uploading. It wouldn't be sending someone dubb.com and then SIA's clicking all around. It would have to be the separate pages. Dubb.com is one. Dubb.com testimonials is another. Dubb.com / reviews is another one. So you'd put all those in there, and then you also can upload a PDF into Dubb for SIA. So you can load a PDF document up and it will learn all about that. So it can really understand your business and what you do. And it's really a phenomenal tool to have because it really assists you in what you're doing. Now, the Sapphire update that we added for Dubb was you can unleash SIA as just a link. Doesn't have to be attached to a video page like this. You could literally have it below your social videos where someone clicks on a link and it opens up, and it opens right up to SIA, and they can start asking questions. You also can just email the SIA link back to someone as well. Say, hey, this is my AI assistant. I know you had questions. Go ahead and talk to SIA, and SIA will give you the answers that you need. So that's available as well. Now, this page here, again, is your preset, customize landing page. So back over here on the edit page, there is a little drop down here. Notice how it says Rob's preset? This is my default preset. So when I make a video, it's always going to have this stuff on here, the buttons, everything here that you see. But I can always change that to a different preset out of this list, and it will change it just for this video. But presets are designed where it speaks directly to your audience. So if I was in recruitment and I represented employers and candidates, I would want to have a preset for employers and a preset for candidates. And within those groups, I would want to have presets for, different verticals. Like if I was doing recruiting in healthcare and recruiting in manufacturing, I would want to have presets for both so it speaks to those audiences. Same thing for real estate, buyers, sellers, FSBOs expired, insurance down the line. And when you're on a paid plan, I think most people hear about the optimization setup, but if you haven't, and you're on a paid plan with Dubb, we would meet you in Zoom and help you set up these buttons and pages and all that good stuff. Now, on this page as well, you have tracking. What's someone doing when you send these videos out? Well, you have the ability to get all kinds of info on what's going on. You can unselect the ones you don't want. You can really filter it out. You can see who's watching it and also what's the watch rate. Is it 150, 10, whatever it is? And you know the video that you sent. So they only watch a certain percentage of it. You know what they've consumed, and you can follow up with the part they didn't consume. And that's a really good follow because it's bringing value that they didn't get a chance to see. We also have a digital coach here called Kyra. It's going to give you feedback, repetition, persuasiveness, empathy. And we also have an editing tab. You need to edit your video. You can do that right in here. It's still transcoding, but you can edit the video. You also have details on what this video is. It reminds you of what buttons are below the video. It reminds you of what playlist videos are going to be after this. Now, if you sent this video out to someone, but you're like, you know what? I forgot to add a button, or I wanted to change it, or I want to get rid of a video, you can make those changes here, and then it will retroactively change itself on the other side. Now, if you want to send this video out, you recorded it, you got it on a customized landing page, everything looks good. To send it out, you go over here, open up a compose window, follow these guidelines for best practices, always have video in the subject line. Why not have it the first thing that they read? Then you always have some text in here about why they should watch the video. And then when you want to add the video in, you go down here at the bottom. This is one option. If you're in Gmail like I am here, or you're in Outlook 365, we have a direct integration when the Chrome extension is logged in and pinned, that you can click this little button here, and it's going to open up the Chrome, and you have the ability to kind of scroll through the video library down here at the bottom. You can also search by name, and you can come in here to the video that you find, click advanced options, put the email in for tracking. In this case, I'm just going to add a little personalization text, and then I'm going to click insert video, and it drops it right in, just like that. Now, another way to add a video in is you come right over here to the video itself, and on the video edit page is always a big blue share and send. So you can click this here, put the email in for tracking. Again, if I want to add the personalization, I'll add it in, click copy for email, and it's a copy and paste, just like that. Now, if you're over on LinkedIn, definitely connect with someone first. Don't try to send a video with a connection request, because it will only show up as a link. You won't get that nice animated GIF. They might not watch it as well. Seems like most people connect. And when you do, just click message. You'll come right over here. Click the Dubb symbol down here at the bottom with the integration we have with LinkedIn. Click it there. Come right over to your video library, find the video you want, click insert video, drops it in, click send. And now they're going to see that awesome animated GIF of you. So instead of seeing some text-based stuff that's just copy and paste and doesn't have any kind of emotion or feeling to it, they're going to see you, and they're going to see that you on their page and their profile. So that's definitely a really good way to reach out. And then the last part of it is, CRM and third-party senders. If you have workflows through HubSpot, Salesforce, Follow Up Boss, Go High Level, excuse me, or you use MailChimp or a Constant Contact, you can keep all your workflows there. We have integrations with those companies, so you can just add your videos in and send. If you do want to use Dubb as a CRM, you can do that. You can upload your contacts over here with a CSV file. You can do tasks, deals, tags. You can do campaigns within Dubb, bulk, SMS, and email. You also can do automation down here, Pro Plus. That's part of our Pro Plus plan. And you can do outreaches that are like drip campaigns where, a campaign goes out by email. There's some kind of time delay in between the videos that are going to keep getting sent out to a certain group. And then you can always add the if-end part of it, the whole, hey, if they do something, something happens. Maybe they clicked on a button, they're taken in a different direction. Maybe they just viewed the page, did nothing else. Maybe they watched the video. All of those are different integration, different automations that you can set up. Now, the last part over here is our AI. So within the dashboard, we have our AI writer, Ira. Most people have used ChatGPT now, very similar machinery. You can come in here, choose a prompt, and then you come over here. Then you want to choose your profile. This is something you want to set up over here to the right. You click this button here, and you'll notice I have basic and sales. I would view this like you view presets. So if I was in recruitment and I did healthcare and manufacturing, those are two of my different preset pages, my audience, I would create two separate profiles within Ira for healthcare and manufacturing outreach. So when I click here and say create profile, this one's going to be my manufacturing profile outreach. And I'm going to start answering these questions right within here. So the AI learns about the manufacturing side of it and my outreach and me. Tone of communication. You can even choose a charm method, which is a certain structure to the writing that can be automatically applied. And then when you come out here, you're like, okay, am I doing healthcare outreach or am I doing manufacturing outreach? And you can do a bunch of these in here. So view them like presets. Like, and then Ira learns about each outreach. You pick the one that you want. Then you come in here, and I'm gonna say on my video is the best for sales and not text. Sorry, my spelling is absolutely terrible. I should see if I don't even correct it, if it'll know what I'm talking about. Should probably just do that, but I want to correct it. Okay, and then I'm going to choose my length. I'm going to hit submit, and then it's going to create the copy down here. And at this point, I can have the copy read back to me in an AI voice. I can copy to a clipboard and put it into a doc. I can also import it directly to scripts, which is right over here under assets, scripts. And that's what we do. We write the script, put it in here, save it to scripts, load it into a teleprompter, record the video. It's a really nice flow. Now, if you don't want to be on camera and you don't want to use your voice for some reason, but you want to send out a message that's more impactful than just a text, you can click import to voice video down here at the bottom. It'll take you over here. You can upload a photo over here to the right, whatever photo you want. You can choose an AI voice down over here. And then when you send this thing out to someone, the animated GIF is going to show the image. And then when the voice starts to speak, it's going to do like a little waveform action of the voice speaking, the up and down, kind of like if you're watching like an animated voicemail almost. And that's what it would look like when you send it out. If you want to go full avatar, you could click this right here. We have a whole avatar library in here that you can choose from. You can create your own by clicking here. And then you have the script in there. You choose the voice, you create the asset. And then you'd either use it in some kind of email campaign or email drip if you wanted to, or you can use the avatar to walk someone through a screen video if you wanted that. So that's really an option there as well. Now, before we jump over to the chat, just a reminder, everybody, and we announced this before, if you're part of the Pro Plus plan, or if you're on Pro and you want to upgrade to Pro Plus, we've added to Pro Plus Dubb coaching, which is going to start next week, Tuesday, Thursday, 11:30 a.m. PST. And it's Darius and Ruben that do this really intense coaching class they're starting. It's going to be a whole curriculum of videos, broad curriculum that everyone's going to study. It's going to be a lot of accountability. There's going to be an intake form that you fill out if you want to be part of the open mic sessions of these group sessions where you can fill out about your company and what you want. And then Ruben and Darius will review it. You'd be on the open mic in the meeting, and then they would give their take, their answer, and their strategy solutions based on that. It's very next level in terms of the strategy stuff. And this is coming directly from Ruben and Darius. Have been doing this for years. So, it's a really, really amazing opportunity to get in their heads, as far as, your business, what you want to do. And that's advice in and outside of the platform. And like I said, there's a whole curriculum involved. There's automatic setup. So if you just upgraded to Pro Plus or you're thinking about it, the team will do an automatic setup on everything for you so you're ready to go. And again, that's going to be next week. We'll put in the link, and we're in a meeting later today in about another hour. We'll kind of have next steps in terms of links for people to click to book times to get going and all that kind of stuff. But the whole point is, even if you're maybe on the front part of tech, or you're really a techie that kind of knows everything, either way, it's pretty much for everyone that wants to increase their strategy and overall understanding and actually, make sense for each business. So it's pretty awesome. And that starts next week. All right. So let me jump into the chat. Hi, Ina.
Actually, me. Ina was with Ruben for some
See,
stuff.
I
So
never
I
know.
decided to
It's
pop
always
in
your
and
face.
right. See, I wanted to make sure if we have any questions, I'm here to support you.
Yeah, so Darius, so I was letting them know, obviously you heard what I said, link about all that kind of stuff, but if you have anything to share on that part, I guess we'll be sharing that later.
Yeah, I know. If anyone's interested in taking advantage of the Dubb coaching of the Pro Plus program, we do still have that promotion running with that, where it's going to reduce it from 129 to 99 a month. So we're still doing that. We recommend you guys get in there before that goes away if you're interested, and we'll get you guys set up from there. So, all right.
All right, let me move over to
What
the
do we
chat. So
got?
Darius, we had something in the beginning, and I think it was let me see if he's still here. Ooh, yeah, Matt. Matt, I think we were chatting at the beginning about he had some really good suggestions for another member in here about reviews on Google. He kind of went through the whole thing. It's on the recording. It was pretty good. But his question was he had Chrome And the Chrome, he has Mac and PC, and he didn't have the issue on Mac, but it had a little bit of latency or choppiness with the PC when he was using the Chrome extension. And
Mhm.
I was showing him how he had a little issues with the teleprompter on when you show this, tab, you have to tap it to bring it forward. I
Yeah,
was letting him know on screen you got to use the desktop app or the teleprompter is going to show.
right.
I think that was pretty much it, Matt, unless you want to jump in with a little bit more on that, but I think that was everything, right? Or did I miss something?
Yeah, you did address most things with the exception of the choppiness. It's the computer itself is an i9 with 32 gigabytes of RAM, so it's odd that it's having this issue because actually a previous computer it worked fine, which was less of a computer. So
Hmm.
I'm and I just noticed it with the latest update. So I
Is this the
was
desktop app or the Chrome extension?
the Chrome extension, the desktop. When I was having the issues, I'm like, wait a minute, I'm going to try downloading the desktop app again. This is
Yeah,
brand new computer, brand new install, and everything like that.
interesting.
And so the desktop app was working just fine, and that's kind
Yeah.
of like my work, what my workaround will be. But sometimes it's nice to have the
Yeah, I don't know.
convenience of,
Or do you have a lot of browser tabs or something open? How's your internet speed?
oh, yeah, my internet speed is pretty doggone good. I mean, yes, I mean presently, yes, I do have a lot of browser tabs open, but
That's
I
the one thing on the extension. Sorry to interrupt you there, but that's the one thing on the extension I have noticed is if you have many tabs, it's the browser itself that's actually getting bogged down because it's trying to process everything that's happening at once still. And
right.
the recording takes a little bit more juice because it's opening in its own tab. It's doing some cool things on the back end, like it's automatically uploading those things in the back end. So that's my number one piece of advice with specifically the Chrome extension is try to reduce the number of tabs and browser-based application, anything sort of taking up your bandwidth
Okay.
on your internet connection. And in your case, because the desktop app is working smoothly and the Chrome extension is not, I would assume it's more of a browser sort of
Right.
bogging down thing.
You
Um,
know, yeah,
Good.
and thinking through what you're saying right now,
Mhm.
um, I do think, and I need to get Chrome to prompt me again because I
Mhm.
actually overlooked it when I had a prompt on do you want Chrome to basically adjust your tabs as far as memory or something along that lines?
Yeah,
And I kind
probably.
of
Yeah.
like, I
You're like, no, it's
ignored it.
fine. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Right.
I ignored it. So maybe
Yeah.
if that comes back up, I will.
It could be, yeah. If there's something about the memory or being more efficient, probably select that option because it might be telling you something about that. Like, hey, with this many tabs, we can reduce or keep your favorites or something like that. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So hopefully I'll figure, or hopefully
Good.
that will
Yeah.
prompt me again. So,
Yep.
um,
I have seen just other situation guys where um I've seen like a complex audio setup before where like the microphone is going through a couple different routers or the camera is going through like another routing device into a thing into the computer. That can sometimes also cause a delay because the software that's processing your microphone or webcam audio has to go through that physical routing device, a driver, and so it creates some delay. I have seen that before as well. So it's either
oh,
the browser's bogged down, the device itself, like with the desktop app, is working too hard, or potentially there's some lag between the connection of the devices. That's the rare of the group though.
and that actually could be an issue because uh, the new PC has USB-C, and my webcam is the old
Mm.
B, and I put it into a hub for a USB hub that
Okay.
so that maybe
Maybe potentially, but I mean, if you're using the same camera on the desktop app and it's working, I would more lean towards the browser issue
okay.
versus the camera if it's working on one and not the other. Yeah,
Okay. All right. I'll
good.
Thanks,
at
Matt.
Thank you,
least I got some
sir.
pointers to look at. Thanks.
Yeah. All right.
So Darius, I'm gonna answer this one really quick, and then I got a couple.
Yeah.
All right, so Mater, hey, always good to see you. Let me address dropping that in an email from the mobile app. So let me show you that really quick. Okay, so here's the mobile app. So let's say I recorded a video, I saved it into Dubb. It's in my video slideoscope right over here. Just select the video that you want, and then you're gonna scroll down. You're gonna click Share Video, and then see where it says Copy for Email. And click that there. It's copied to your clipboard. And then you're going to go into your email client on your phone, compose, and then it's just a paste, copy and paste. and then you would send it out right there, just like that. And that's what that looks like. And then inside the mobile app, this is kind of a 2-for-1 here, Darius. You ready? So here at the top, you see, I didn't know what this was. I updated. You see the king symbol at the top? I did not know what that
Yeah, yeah.
was.
Sorry, it's
So
new.
yeah. Do you know what that is? I have no idea.
Yeah, yeah. We'll bring that up after.
All right, nice. All right, cool. So
Yeah,
Jai,
don't worry about it, guys. It's nothing for you to worry about right now. Nothing at all. So
so there you go. There
yeah,
it is.
all
That's
good, Jai. You're in. Nothing extra there.
It's the Burger King app. I'm just kidding. No, it's
Yeah,
not.
it's the Burger King affiliate.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Cool. What
And
else,
then,
Rob?
all right, so Scott, you said 2 email accounts. So if you want to turn your mic on, just kind of elaborate on that a little bit.
So, my company, I'm in real estate, but my company started a mortgage company. So I've got separate email addresses, and I wasn't sure if I can use it for both companies. It's still under the umbrella of the corporate company, but I wasn't sure if that's possible, or do I need two separate accounts?
Yeah, that's a great question. So there is a limit to what you can do within one account, right? Like if you need your subdomain to say something specific. Now, because they're your businesses, I imagine you'll have a little bit more leeway. I know that you guys have to put like your MLS number, your disclosures and stuff there. Because the two businesses are so related, I would imagine you can use a Dubb account, a single Dubb account for both a mortgage and a real estate business. And essentially, you would just have your two different presets set, or at least two different presets set up. One for your mortgage options and one for your real estate. The only one of the limits that I was describing though is going to be in that on the video page itself, you can only have one logo at a time. So like this logo right here, you can only have that one logo on all of your videos within one account. Now you have the option to remove that logo, right? You could just put a blank square there, like nothing there, essentially a white space, instead of putting the logo there. And then you could instead have your logo like here in the description or something unique to the preset. So when you're reaching out for a mortgage, it has your mortgage client mortgage logo somewhere here on the page, along with your disclosures and stuff like that. And then when you're doing your real estate logo could be here along with your license number and things that brokerage, information. So technically, yes, you could use one Dubb account for both of those. It's just not like a perfect setup because you can't put your real estate and mortgage logo in the main logo place. It's a little bit of a workaround. Does that make sense?
It does. And then I've just started really using Dubb for finally for sending a message after a phone call.
Yeah.
Good. And so when I click to send email, there's some choices about static. I don't remember all the choices that you have.
Are you doing this from the mobile or your desktop or where?
I'm doing desktop. I'm strictly doing desktop right now, and not even the Chrome extension. It just seems it's better with your desktop for me. So
are you inside of Gmail or Outlook or where are you sending it directly through Dubb?
So no, I'm sending it. So what I do is I'll click share it, and then I'll just drop the video inside of my Gmail account or
inside of
wherever
Gmail.
I'm sending it. So or my personalized, I've got, if it's going to be whichever company it is.
Right.
But I noticed that and I just started the last couple of days, and I'm not putting the little hey, hi so and so with the phone.
I do recommend that. Yeah.
Okay. So maybe that's what I should do, because even though I put video in the subline, I'm not getting a lot of opens on it.
Right. So here's what I recommend. A couple of things. So you're mentioning this, like you're going to your Dubb account just like this. You're hitting the share and send, copy for email, and your question was there's all these different drop downs and like what are sort of these mean. For the most part, based on what you're describing, you won't actually need any of these options. Those are like your workarounds for going into different systems and doing some different things. Yours is going to be just that standard copy for email button. But a few things I recommend doing. One, as you mentioned, you're not getting a lot of the open rates. That's more a thing of the subject line and your deliverability. Now, if this is like a colder email, deliverability is a question. If you have some communication with these people, like you mentioned, you called, you're following up, then deliverability is not as much as an issue, and it's more of the subject line and why they want to open this email. So a couple of things you mentioned, I do like the word video in the subject line, but there's a few other things I want to make sure we're doing as well. And by the way, guys, I've covered this in lots of detail in the coaching stuff as well. So anyway, subject lines. Your video. So yes, the word video should be there. Something like this in one bracket. I like it in brackets or one of these types of brackets because it helps it stand apart. If it's just a regular word video with the rest of the words, it doesn't really stand out. So if it has some brackets like this or the other brackets, perhaps an emoji of something like a camera or record button, something like that next to it, those are what's going to help that subject stand out a little bit. And then the actual subject line, this thing should be relatively short, right? Not 10, 15 words, something like 5, 6, 7 words at most. And it should be super compelling. In fact, think about like YouTube thumbnails, guys. They don't just say whatever, watch this video because there's something interesting there. There's something to get them to want to click. Your subject lines and your email bodies should essentially be the same thing. So the subject is like, did you know this, or something that's really important to them? Like, let's say you're real estate and mortgage, right?
Right.
And so it's like, did you know this about buying a home? Did you know this about selling your home? Something that makes them question and say, oh, well, no, I got to say a video about something that's relevant for me. So that's my biggest piece of advice with your subject line is don't ever just simply tell them what's in the email. That's, they can just scan. Oh, I don't need to look at that right now. You want to tease them. You want to tantalize them and get them to open the email because that's when they're going to see that this is 100% different from every other email that they have in their inbox or maybe that they've ever received. So subject line should be that. It's not just spelling what's in the email. You're teasing them. You're compelling them. I don't want to say the word trick because the body of the email definitely needs to be related to what's in the subject, but it should be something that's very interesting that says, hey, I should look at this. This sounds like it's for me.
Okay.
Second thing, the body should be very, very short as well, right? It should say, hey, John, or hey, first name or whatever. Check out this video I made just for you about X, where it's you letting them know it's personally made for them and it's about whatever the topic of the video is, and this is why they want to watch it. Don't make the mistake of repeating everything that whatever potentially in the video, saying, hey, I made a video for you about why my business is this and why we're a good choice. And like, don't do all that. Tell them something that's very interesting for them that's related to this subject line. That way it's all coherent and cohesive. And you're like, okay, the subject says the secret to buying a home. And then it says, hey, John, check out this video I made for you for the number one secret to purchasing a home. And you're like, what's the number one secret? I have to know that, right? Even if they know everything, they think they know everything about buying a home. They want to know what the number one secret is. And when I say number one secret, that's just an idea, right? A concept of something irresistible to the audience and they want to watch it. And so X is number one secret. Then, now I know you were doing a copy and paste from the website, but I'm going to encourage the use of the Chrome extension and the shortcut here because it just makes it a little bit easier. You can just click the button and then instantly insert the video that you want to share. Now, this one is not a great example. You mentioned the whiteboard piece. I would recommend that because it's a lot more powerful. You're going to get a lot more plays on your videos when you're including that little digital whiteboard with their name in it. So I don't recommend to ever skip that step, particularly in real estate and mortgage when you guys are dealing with individuals, right? Your opportunity there is to build a know, like, and trust with them better and beyond what your competition is doing with this sort of personalized message. So
Okay, yeah, because these have been like the first time I talked to a lead,
mm-hmm.
And it's just a thank you. It was it was a pleasure talking to you today. And so that's
yeah. Okay. So then, it would be, hey, it was a pleasure talking to you today. I want to do a little personalized video. But by the way, there's something really cool in there I want to share with you. And then it talks about why your business is unique, right? What makes you guys special? Why people are deciding to work with you. You don't say that in the body of the email because then like, oh, I don't care why people. But once you've opened them even and they're listening to you, then it makes sense to sort of explain it there. Does that make sense?
Thanks. I appreciate it.
Yeah, teasing is better than giving everything out at once when it comes to this, because if we don't get the FaceTime with them, we don't get that benefit, right? We don't get the extra know, like, and trust and the human connection that we get from just scanning a plain text email and ignoring it. Mm-hmm. So get them to play the video. That's the biggest key there.
Appreciate it. I dropped in a question from Tom and Roger. So they're
yeah, I saw Tom's. So yes, if you're having a lag issue, like if your video is ever breaking apart from your audio, either on the Chrome extension or the desktop app, that's my piece of recommendation is try to reduce your apps as much as possible, your extra programs, applications, background running things, tabs especially, and then make sure that your computer space also, like if your storage is anywhere near full, make sure that's freed up. And if you're able to reduce the complexity of your setup, Now, sometimes if you're using a plugin and it's just plugged directly in, that's as simple as it can get. But if you're plugging into like this thing here, I have like a routing device where you can see it's like a USB thing with a microphone plugged into it, a couple of different things there. I've seen those cause issues, and if you can plug in directly, do so. Sometimes it's unavoidable though. All right, Tom, social. I see LinkedIn, Facebook, but is there an optimized for TikTok? So the optimized for, excuse me, the optimized for switch, Tom, is actually when you're particularly sending through a third party platform like Go High Level or MailChimp or HubSpot or a specific email sending platform. So there's actually not an optimized for switch for LinkedIn or Facebook or TikTok, but the videos will automatically be trackable when you're sending through any of those platforms. That's kind of like a standard email or like a regular Gmail type of communication. It's a direct one-to-one. So just really quick, I'll show you this. Every time you go to share a video, any video, you have the opportunity to add a contact for tracking. So if I like this video I made for a client named Holly earlier, she watched 100%, but you can see I didn't add her tracking to this. So it didn't tell me that it was Holly that watched it, meaning I just shared the video, right? I didn't add her email to it for tracking. So I got a generic report. If I wanted to see when Holly watched it, then I'm going to come back here and I'm going to make sure Holly's email is a part of this thing. So now that Holly's email is there, when I paste it, I'm going to get a report that says Holly watched 100% of the video. This tracking that I'm showing you right now happens regardless. So even if I didn't add Holly's email here and I share this link through Facebook, through TikTok, through any, well, actually, TikTok doesn't have direct messages, I don't think, but that's what these are all for. These are for when you're directly messaging somebody and we can track their engagement. If you're posting to social, that's a different story. There's actually, I'll put this for you guys right here. Anyone that's looking to post to social media using Dubb or using video to post to social media, I'm going to put this link in the chat right now. This is our posting to social shortcut guide. It's only about 3 minutes long, so it's not too terribly long. I'm going to put that in the chat right now. So if you're looking to use Dubb or video to post to social media, there's my best sort of guidelines and recommendations around them, right in the chat. Good. All right, here we go. Another one from Tom. Every time I try to record from the app and talk over a screen, it gets delayed. See where the voice and audio don't sync. Looks like old martial arts movie. I closed all the windows per your suggestion, but is this a system issue or is there a workaround? So, Tom, my suggestion would be to either try the Chrome extension or the desktop app. And if both are having such a delay, it may just be that the device itself is not capable of handling the recordings. I haven't seen that on any newer device or anything. I have seen it on very old devices, like 5+6-year-old devices that are bogged down and haven't been updated, old operating systems, things like that. On anything newer, I haven't seen that yet. I know we have a gentleman here that was saying he has a brand new computer that's doing something on the extension, but I think that's more of a browser issue. Tom, make sure your microphone. Oh, you answered that one already. Okay, yeah. So try desktop and Chrome. Try switching them up. All right. I think that's
Rogers. Did you see Rogers about the PDF, Darius?
Oh, sorry about that. Rogers, there you go. How many page PDF can I upload into SIA? You can put as I don't recommend a super long one, like not hundreds of pages or something, but there's not really an intrinsic limit on the size of the PDF file. There is a 5 megabyte upload limit. So if you have a very long, many page PDF file, you will need to compress it. You just go to a free online PDF compressor and compress your PDF, and then you should be able to get into Dubb, even if it's pretty long. So no hard-coded page limit, but there is a 5 megabyte upload limit, which you can do some compression to get around.
Perfect. I'll go to try. Thanks.
Right on.
And then Jai Darius said about the sharing of SIA. So I think that's the external link one, the new one we mentioned in Sapphire. We can drop it into social. You can put it in an email and it opens right up in chats.
Yeah. Let me see where Jai's go. Darius, can you show me how to share SIA? Yes. Okay. And then Tom, got your new MacBook coming. I love Mac. I used to be a PC user growing up, like as a kid, young teenager and stuff. And as an adult, I switched over to Mac for some work stuff. And I haven't gone back. I don't even want to go back. it's just so convenient, Okay, I haven't had any issues with my Mac too. I remember as a teenager using a PC, I was probably doing some things you shouldn't have been doing on a computer and viruses and stuff, whatever, but no such things. Also, no such activities here. All right. Let's see here. Jai, I'm going to show you how to share SIA. So guys, SIA, Rob talked about this, our sales interactive assistant, right? Or AI. We used to only be able to incorporate SIA onto a video page. Like that was the only place SIA could exist, was directly on a video page, like these ones here, like this. However, now there is a couple of different options. One is I can just get the link. That's the external link right here, where SIA is now its standalone chat page, like chat GPT, right? If you go to chat.com, that's chat GPT. What does it look like? It's a chat, except for this one doesn't care about you or your business or your customers or anything. It's just a search. This one actually cares about your business, and it's going to qualify your leads and answer questions and capture leads for your CRM and present calls to actions, all that stuff. So it's your own private professional version of this for your business, and it's shareable through the URL. The other method for sharing it is the embed. So you can take an embed code and embed SIA onto your own website or landing page. In fact, let me see here. I don't, did we put SIA on this guy? Okay, I got to bring SIA back to this page, but you can embed SIA as on your own website. Just like I embedded this video here, widget style is coming. So eventually you're going to be able to put SIA as like a little chat bubble like this as well onto your own websites. So it's either through the full link like this, or you can embed it into your own website, like where this video is, except for it's this chat instead of the video. Cool.
Yeah, it's kind of like that introduction thing we talked about before, Darius. It's like not putting off someone to see, like, hey, just go do that. Like you want to have that relationship with someone. You want to, hey, listen, this is my SIA assistant. This is because you don't want to feel like someone's being put off to like a chat when you want to have that relationship.
Really important concept there, guys. We're still at this convergence, this emergence of this AI technology. And so I don't recommend doing the things that you should or need to be doing yourself to replace AI. What I recommend is using AI for the things that you can't do. Like when you post to social media, you can't sit there and monitor everything and why you have other things to go do with your business. So you can put SIA there so SIA can answer questions, qualify leads, capture stuff at midnight or, when you're doing something else. So that's my best recommendation for how to use SIA right now is you doing the things that you're unable to or can't do, right? Like automation and lead capture and stuff when you're not around, and also making your life easier, right? Making the things that are difficult for you, making those easier. So, all right. I think that everything?
Yeah, I think that's it.
Right on. Well, thank you guys very much. We're gonna go kick off this coaching training internally. So if you guys are interested in the Pro Plus or you're already a part of it, like Jai and some others, stay tuned. We're gonna get some messages over to you, some onboarding stuff, and we can't wait to kick these things off next week. So thanks, guys.
Bye, everybody.
Bye bye.